Hi, my name's Deborah, voice of Deborah.
I'm Sandra.
And we are poets. We're going to share with you some tips on writing poetry, so I hope they are helpful.
Yeah, our first tip would be to study your topic, and this one's really important just because you'll be able to almost paint a better picture if you understand what you are sharing and what you're trying to create for the audience.
Awesome. And the second tip, or another tip, is finding an inspirational space.
Yeah.
So one thing with writing that we find is that when you have a place that inspires you and draws out inspiration from you, it's very key to study yourself and understand what space draws out inspiration from me, what space is conducive for me to write, and what's not conducive for me to write. So finding your inspirational space is the second tip.
Yeah, definitely. Our third tip would be to connect with the topic and the audience, which is very similar to the first one, which is to study your topic. But if you don't understand your topic well, or you're not able to connect with it, then you're kind of limiting how much you can draw it out of yourself, or what you can actually share with the audience. So I think that's really key. Connecting with your topic and connecting with your audience.
Another tip we have is developing a concept. So that this helps me with writing certain pieces when I have. So maybe it's a letter. What are you writing? Are you writing a letter? So figuring out what concept you want it to be. How do you want the poem to work?
Almost having a plan. Having a plan of what you want to communicate.
And how you want it to look at the end. So it's a plan. Like Sandra said, a plan.
Our next tip is to give yourself time, and I think we were discussing what to do when you feel like you've got writer's block, or you feel like you've come to a place in your piece where you're stuck and you're like, how do I move on from this? So giving yourself time and understanding that you can actually develop your idea better sometimes when you step away from it, and you perhaps take some more time to study it, take some more time to really key in on what you want to communicate, and then coming back to writing your piece. And I think the next tip kind of links with that, because the next tip is to find intimate revelation. And I think sometimes when you're trying to write a poem about a revelation that you may have, but it's not intimate to you, it comes across, it doesn't come across very genuine. There's a disconnect.
There's a disconnect. So when you seek time to become intimate with that revelation, and to kind of go at the master's feet, like, Lord, what are you saying through this piece, and really kind of pressing in on it, I think that really helps the Lord minister through you, as opposed to you glorify your own talents. So
definitely. A last tip from me is consistency, and this is really important, just because as writers sometimes you can get into a space of you write only when you need to write, or when it's required of you, but actually to master your skill and to even develop it and to become one with it and to walk in your gift fully is to be consistent. So to giving yourself topics and ideas that you want to share about and writing about them, not because you want to share them, but just because you have that revelation and you want it to flow out through poetry and through words. So
the last tip that we have is to perfect your skill. So aside from writing a Christian piece to the Lord, is like, how have I studied poetry? How do I understand metaphor, simile? How do I understand writing structure, rhyming pairs? How have I actually studied poetry so that I can perfect my skill and grow from the level I'm at to a greater level?
Definitely.
Last tip.
So those were our tips for writing, and for all the writers out there, and we hope that you found inspiration in them. So that's all from us.
Right away.
Right away.